Hey cats, what's happening? It is springtime. It's beautiful sunny Sunday morning. I'm going to take a stroll back in the woods here. Behind my house, behind the pond, there's hundreds of acres of woods. And it's the land conservancy. So I thought this morning, I need the exercise, and sometimes I go to the park to walk, but I thought, well, today, why don't I just hike back in the woods and see what's happening back here. See if I can find some wildflowers that are coming up this time of year. I miss that. I haven't done that in a while. And so, look at how flooded my, it's like a pond here. Like a duck pond. It'll be a while before I can mow that area. Well, let's head back and see what's going on back here in the woods. Oh, down here we have what is called cutleaf toothwort, and you'll see it's already bloomed and the petals have fallen off. Some of these wildflowers come on very early and they don't last very long, a week or so, and then they're gone. And here's some more cutleaf toothwort that's blossoming. Got a vernal pool over here. Sometimes you'll find remnants of old oil wells back here. Because they used to drill for oil in this area. It was kind of a big boom back in the 40s, I think. Oh, look, here's some spring beauties. Little dainty flowers. So the spring beauties are up too. That's cool. See what else we can find. The woods is beginning to turn green, fill with life. Even though there's a lot of dead stuff here. The new will eventually take over. Well, here's a patch of wild ramps. What are ramps? They're like a wild onion. You could pull them out by the tuber, I believe. Yeah, you probably have to dig them up. But they're very, you can cook these leaves. They're very strong, very potent. And guaranteed, if you were to eat your wild ramps, throw them into a recipe, you're gonna have onion breath for probably 3 days. Now's the time to pick them, though. They're beautiful, fresh green, and healthy. A healthy food. You know, if you're a survivalist, that's the kind of stuff you'd look for. Collect the ramps. And it's warming up today. I'm starting to sweat wearing this flannel. There's another widowmaker. I don't want to walk under that. It looks like it's only being held up there precariously by some grapevines. I mean, the odds of one of those falling on me is probably pretty slim. However, people have died from trees falling on them before, so you have to be careful. I just saw a hawk up here. Probably not visible to the camera, but he swooped down and went up into the tree there. A lot of times the hawk will follow, and way over there I see some white tails, some deer. Of course, they're probably not visible to the camera either, but I can see their tails bobbing through the woods there. They probably hear me coming, and they're long gone. But the hawk, knowing that I'm coming into the woods and spooking up squirrels and chipmunks and stuff, he'll stay ahead of me and take an opportunity if he can find it. It's kind of hard to walk quietly in these leaves. There's a lot of sticks and a lot of crunching and breaking of sticks and whatever. Gotta love the twisted grapevines. Always a playground for us when we were kids, to climb on the grapevines. The large beech tree that's uprooted. I don't know what would have caused that, but it's a pretty healthy sized tree. You could see it's tangled with grapevines, and it's kind of levitated up there in the limbs of some other trees. Probably a good place for squirrels to nest up there or whatever. But yeah. Nature has a powerful force. Some more ramps. There's a little trout lily right in the middle there. I love these little trout lilies. They're usually one of the first ones to blossom in the spring. I think their name comes from the mottled leaf, but they're just a beautiful little flower. Coming up on the sugar shack here, where they used to boil down the maple syrup. It's way at the back of a farm's property. I believe it's the Clutter Farm. that owns this property, or this sugar shack, but it hasn't been used in many, many, many years. We'll check it out though, see what's happening back here. For some reason, I'm not sure why, a few years ago, they brought a backhoe in here and they dug this moat alongside the sugar shack. And I don't know why they did that. You can see the chimney up there. There's a great big boiler pan inside. Maybe we'll go around and see if we can look inside. The ladder that climbs up on the roof, I'm not sure why you would want to climb up there, but there must have been a reason for it. Let's see if we can sneak around here. Pretty wet down here. I think there was a coyote that was making a nest in here. Maybe that's why they did this. I don't know. You see all the maple syrup buckets, and right there is the big tray that they steamed the maple syrup in. An old chair. Looks like the pan is hanging on the wall there that they actually dumped the maple syrup in. This was the grill that they probably built the fire in this firebox and laid that pan on top of this grill. Some more old chair furniture over there, an old settee or something. And you'll see the roof is vented so the steam could go out. Hard to tell what's back in there. Looks like I see a crate with some bottles in it, but you'd have to clamber over all of this stuff to get there. I'm not about to do that. So we're going to shut the door back the way we left it and get up out of this swamp. See what we can see in through this window. Pretty cool little piece of old history there. Long forgotten. They don't do that anymore here. They do it around this part of the country. They still do maple syrup. But not here. Looks like the farm has added some vehicles to their junkyard back here. Some of their old farm trucks. They got an F-250. All Fords. They were Ford people. Looks like it's rotted out. the starter fluid in there, so they must have had trouble keeping it running. They've been putting stuff back here for many years. There's some old farm equipment back in there, like an old wagon. I see a spoked wheel. A couple other Ford pickups. Maybe you guys know what year these are. I don't. I'm not up on vehicles that much. There's a lot of wasps in there. That one's got a cap on it. This one's got briars growing in it like a greenhouse. The old F100 Custom, but it also says F250 Super Duty on the hood. So, and then over there is the Biscayne buried. Nature's taken over. All right. We got something else over here too. What is this thing? Looks like a Chevy, a Bel Air. How cool is that? I don't know, there's just something about old cars in the junkyard. And to let you know how old this farm is, look at this. There's an old wagon. It's completely sunk into the ground. There's the hitch. You know, it's just like a flatbed wagon, and they got a plow on top of it. Well, let's continue deeper into the woods here, because there's still a lot of acreage here to look at. I think there's a stream back here somewhere that I'm going to try to find. It's been a long time since I've been back in here, but let's see if I can find it anyways. There's no trails or anything back here. And you might ask, how do you go back there? How do you know where you're going without getting lost? I've always had a pretty good perception of where I am in regards to north, south, east, and west. I know that that's north, that's west, that's east, and that's south. And you can kind of tell that from seeing the position of the sun just behind me. I got pretty swampy. I'm glad I put my muck boots on. This is interesting. remnants of a oil well. Somebody's been back here. Now, I don't know how long it's been since this thing has been active, but it looks like they had power hooked up to it probably within the last 20 years, I'm going to guess. And it's on, so maybe it's a gas well, I don't know, but it looks like it probably still works. And it's got a line running somewhere. Hard to tell, might be feeding somebody's property back in here. Hard to say. There's evidence that somebody's had some vehicles back here or something. There's another well, and I see another one back there. Whether these are active still or not, I don't know. Hard to say. Some of these ruts are so deep that they hold water all year round, and the frogs love this back here. You'll come back here in the summer, and there's even some bullfrogs that hang out back here. I'll follow this road because I think this led towards the stream, if I'm not mistaken. Look at all the ramps back in there. Boy, if you're an onion lover, you could have a heyday. Sun's out full now, and it's probably pushing up into the 70s, I'm going to guess. Kind of a shame how they come back in. You know, they left old drums here, and they just kind of left this area kind of spoiled. And you know, there's a lot of residue that come off of these wells. So there's a meter here. I might be able to tell. I don't think it's working. It shows that it's on 30 amp, and there's a timer on there. I'm going to click on and off. Don't know. I mean, it looks like it could still work. Again, there's a line running out to the west, so it goes somewhere. I don't know, where am I going to go? Right here I see some purple cohosh. It's coming. That plant will get probably, 3 foot. It's a pretty big plant. Has some medicinal qualities. Not sure exactly what, but oh, we got a trail right here that I ran into. It looks like they've been running, dirt bikes or quads back here. Somebody stuck a beer can on top of that property marker. And I found the stream that I was looking for. So, that's cool. You see I had to take my flannel off because I'm sweating like a pig. And that's good. I need to sweat some of this lard off of me. It's like they have four-wheelers or quads that they run back here. So yeah, it's a pretty good sized little stream. See some water striders on top of the surface already. Doesn't take them long before the natural life of things begins to take place. Nice little stream. Got some ripples up here. We got some deer tracks over here. Like a raccoon that came up through here. Or it could have been a mink. Hard to tell just by looking at the track, but more than likely a mink down here by the water, looking, foraging for something to eat. Another interesting structure here. I'm gonna guess somebody might have dragged it back here for a deer blind, or maybe it's just a fort that some kids used. Got a camo thing on the door. Probably a deer blind would be my guess. He dragged it back here. Because yeah, there's a feeder right there. Got a little swallow nest up there. See the deer tracks down in the mud here. Obviously a well-used trail for the whitetail. I'd often heard the bikes, the dirt bikes and the four-wheelers running back here in the past, all the way from my house. I mean, you can barely hear them, but you could hear them way back here in the woods. And I always wondered kind of where they were riding. But yeah, here you go. I've been looking for a little plant called Dutchman's breeches, and I see some of the plants popping up here, but they don't have any flowers on them yet. They have a nice, neat little trumpet-like flower that's very unique. Almost looks like a pair of white bloomers. Pretty cool little. I'll put a picture up here for you so you can see what they look like, but I'm not finding any out here in the woods today. They probably haven't bloomed yet. Give them another week or so. Of course, you never know. The woods has a way of surprising us. This is actually Morel season, where you would hunt for Morel mushrooms. However, I don't think that this environment here is adaptable for morels, because all the years that I've been back here, I've never once found a morel in this area. You can see it's very wet, but it's not like a lush old growth forest with a lot of topsoil either. There's just kind of a thin layer of soil, and aside from that, you know, I see a house over there, so I've got to head this way. I don't want to end up in somebody's backyard. I don't want to invade someone's privacy. It's getting windy, but that was forecast today, with thunderstorms moving in. There's an old road, probably serviced one of these gas wells, but it's been long abandoned. Kind of have to pick your route through here, because some places are practically impassable unless you want to get all tore up with briars or whatnot. And then I got to be careful I don't break my leg in these tangles. Oh boy, getting myself into a bog here. A swamp. Let's see if I can get over this way. If you come back here in the summertime, there's lots of poison ivy. Grows proliferantly out here in this forest area. So if you're allergic to poison ivy, you probably want to dress appropriately if you're coming back here. You don't want to wear shorts and sandals, or your ankles will be itching and breaking out, and the little festering pimples of wonderful poison ivy. Over the years of my experiences out in the woods, I rarely get poison ivy, and if I do, it's not a big deal. It doesn't break out on me. It will in just the immediate area where I brushed it. I'll get some little festering pimples, but it goes away in a week or so. It's just a little annoyance. It's nothing major. A lot of spring beauties. The wildflowers are out and looking wonderful. That's kind of what I came back here for. I just wanted to see the natural wonders of the woods. Well, the woods did open up for me, made a little easier walking, and I did manage to find my way back home again without too much trouble. A little worse for the wear and tear. I don't think I came out with too many scratches. Well, thank you very much for joining me on this hike today. I know some of you can't really have the opportunity to get out and enjoy the forest, enjoy the woods, a hike, maybe even a short walk. So hopefully, you can enjoy it through my footsteps today and see some of God's wonders in His creation, His wonderful world. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all your support. Like my video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe and join me for some more adventures. Until next time, cats, I'll catch you later.